Good morning, all. Myself, Sedilakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication. I welcome our respected head of the department, Dr. Rafiq Ahmed sir, all faculty members and students to this webinar on Robotic Process Automation. I am extremely happy and proud to introduce you to our alumni, Mr. Vijin VP, now working as a software engineer at INAP. Nowadays, we know that technology has begun its march on labor and it has become more sophisticated and specialized. Actually, RPA is an emerging form of clerical process automation technology based on the notion of software robots or artificial intelligent workers. So it is a software technology that makes it easy to build, deploy, and manage software robots that emulate human actions interacting with digital systems and software. That is, it is a use of software with artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to handle high volume, repeatable tasks that was previously performed by humans. It is sometimes called software robot or bot, which mimics human workers. Virtually, by logging into an application, calculating and completing the task, and also logging out. So, actually, it doesn't refer to a physical robot, but it is a virtual system which can effectively automate repetitive manual computing tasks or business process tasks. So we can say that RPA not only improves the efficiency and accuracy in business, but also spares us from needing our whole time or on dull or repetitive tasks. So in short, we can say that it is a technology that is about to change the future of business world. Now, I hand over the session to Vijay to know more about RPA.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Sedu teacher, for that warm welcome and a quick introduction for me and the topic. I'm really pleased to be in front of you, just like my professors and my colleagues or my juniors are there. I will give a small introduction or overview about the RPA, and I hope this session will not be a bore one because it's just a topic you can hear and learn all the key points, not in that much deep. Hope this session will be helpful for you, and let's start. Okay. So yeah, what are the things we have been covering in this entire session is like what is RPA and what is the history of RPA, how it came to our world and what it is doing, and why we are using the RPA and where we are using the RPA, and who is using actually the RPA technologies nowadays, and how RPA is evolving the world, and what are the texts that is using in the RPA. And as well as, even though RPA is a booming technology, it has its own limitations and all. We have to discuss that also. And who are the service providers of the RPA? And obviously, we have to learn about the RPA after this session. And if you are able to look out, I will introduce to some websites where you can look for the RPA contents. Okay, we can start. So what is RPA or robotic process automation? From now onwards, for listeners, I will say RPA. I know robotic process automation is a big word, so we can make it as RPA. So what is RPA? In the words and in the first slide itself, we can see a robot is holding a ball. So it is not just a physical robot. I should say, like, it is not a physical robot. It's just a software. You can see it's just a software that is mimicking all the human efforts or the process in a particular fashion or particular manner. So all the works of the human will be very, 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 very effortless. So I'm saying like very, very, very effortless. Let's say, as an example, we are taking attendance in the colleges every day, or even in the meeting, we are taking the attendance and all. Even Sedu Miss or Rafiq sir or J teacher or anyone is taking all these values manually, right? If a person or if a robot is there, means it is mimicking all their efforts, like taking the values or the present or the attendees values and making it as a column and tick it automatically. It is actually can be done using a software that is actually RPA is doing. So all these things has been done by the automation technology, like automating all the process step by step, considering all the values step by step. It's actually replacing all the mundane or repetitive or tasks, like it is hectic, right? Consider we are in the college and we are getting some impositions, write an essay or write a paragraph, because we are not answering any questions. Obviously we will be wondering at some questions, and even I got plenty of times the repetitive task like impositions you have to write 10 to 50 times. Even after 10 times we will be able to analyze what's the answer also, but we have to write for the rest 40 numbers. So it is like a mundane or repetitive task. Using RPA, these tasks can be very useful, or tasks can be easily covered. So it is mainly a rule based software that is used. So we are giving some rules for writing all this information. So RPA is mainly doing what we are instructing, right? So it is developing a lot, but what I am saying is like RPA is just like what we are instructing. That is the case. So we can obviously say the bots means all the functions or that we are creating is called just the bots. In the beginning itself I told like we are trying to make an attendance management system or an AMS. So each functionality will be handled by the bots. So before going deep, I should say like if we are facing an issue, we will go for cracking the issue into different sessions and we analyze whether these things can be automated or not. So we will go for automation with the using of RPA only if it is possible. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell is not anything can be handled with RPA, but yes, 70% of the things or the problems we are facing now can be rectified using the RPA. Yeah, that's all about a small introduction about the RPA or robotic process automation. So just remember the key point is just a software. It doesn't have any physical form. Anything that we are using a software is inside our computer. So it everything is happening inside the computer. So we can go for the history. Yeah, right. All things have their own history. Even our college has our own history. In 2013 we started. In our college days also have history. You might be, some of you have been in S2, S4, S6. You have history of S1 and all. Correct, right? So considering RPA, it's a long history comparing to other programming languages or other softwares or other tools. It has a long history. Why I am saying is like RPA is not just a thing that is evolving just the 2013 and onwards, or 2010 to 2020, because RPA is not a capsuled one. While saying the capsuled one, I should say it has been started from 1990s. You might wonder why I am telling it has been started from 1990s. Yeah, it is there because the basic thing in the RPA is like scrapping. We are scrapping the values from the screens or scrapping the values from the websites. The term scrapping means it is taking all the valuable things from the website or the needed things from the website. That is started from the 1990s itself. So at the beginning of the 1990s, IBMs are using many softwares to scrap the values from the screen. So that is actually using the major key point or the major key software in RPA itself. So I should say like it has been started from 1990s. Later onwards, in the early 2000s, it is evolved very much because while we are doing the Excel technology, we have seen we can uh, add two columns and make a separate column for the sum of these values. Actually, we can scroll it down and get the information. So all these things can be a functions, right? All these functions, all these things are functions. Definitely they have been encrypted and kept inside the macro or kept inside the Excel. So the macros are similar things. I'm trying to get an example what is happening inside the macro, and it's called Excel automation is there, Excel macro is there. You can check in the Excel as well as there is a development tool at the top right side. So what we are seeing is like the macros will in the later or in the early 2000s, the macro things has been developed a lot, like the inside the simple software Excel itself, they were able to create complex functionalities that is called macros. So it will be useful for the people to easily organize their sheets or information. So that things has been happening in the 2000s age, like 10 years 2000 to 2010, these all things has been happened. In 2010 to 2020, I should say it is the golden age of RPA. It is the even though RPA is a small egg, it is or a small fruit, it is get ripened in 2010 to 2020, and it is happening right now also. What it is happening like at this time, all these values like scraping and macros all come together. So even though these are different softwares, RPA is doing is like uh, you combine all these things and make an automation thing. So for an example, if we want to consider a college itself, every morning in our department, let's say consider an email is coming like today's timetable is something like that. We are getting every day we have to check the timetable, or we have to check the period, or if any special occasions is there, we have to remember all these things, right? So these things can be automated, like if a person coming and entering the details and send the information. Other than that, these have n number of steps we are forward, like starting a process or starting a process and process it and ending that particular thing. So we have to start, process and end all these things. So what I'm telling is like there is a step by step values is there. Let's say first log into the computer, entering the password, going to the Gmail and entering the today's timetable and send to n number of students. These are called automated things in a particular manner. This has to be repeated every day. These are the different small steps we can see in this process, right? So in order to manage that things and all, we can use the RPA. So it is like an organized way. Even though we are getting the information from the screen in the beginning, let's say there is an image that containing all the timetable that is getting the values, it is calculating some macros, and with the automation and the management tools, these can be regulated in the specified manner. These things all together called the RPA that we are seeing now. So from 2020s and onwards, I should not say 2020s, but it is from 2017 itself, the artificial intelligence has been improved a lot. We also are studying a lot of things in the artificial intelligence field, right? So RP is getting mixed with the artificial intelligence. The system or the software itself is able to analyze or upgrade itself. We can see in most of the films, in Iron Man and all, it is getting evolving itself. See, similar things has been seen in Indian movies also. You might be familiar like Chitti, Ravan, and all these things. Even though these are not practical ones right now, it will be like it will be developing itself. While telling all these information, you might get a physical form, but it is not. It is developing itself in a different manner, considering to the software field. So the software is developing itself. That is happening right now. Sorry about that. So that is happening right now. These are the history of the RPA, and it's not ended yet. It will go on because the artificial intelligence is developing along with the RPA. So that is a small history about the RPA, and obviously why we are taking this session. Why RPA? That is the most important question we have to answer, right? Why we are learning this thing? We are, even though we are easy students, we have to learn all the other subjects in the first year. Why we have to learn that? Even though we need to get marks, right? We have to learn it, right? So, but why we are learning it? It's all have their own applications in our daily life. So similar to that, is a vast. RPA can handle a vast session, or RPA is handling a entire session unknowingly. I should say why we are making some software company or any softwares or any organization in order to create some profit, right? Or we can make some profit. How we can achieve that? Or why we are creating a software, or we are creating some Instagram reels or YouTube channels? Why we are using that? In order to make it profit, right? In order to make profit, what we can do is like reducing the efforts. Correct, right? Reducing the effort or the cost of the things. That is the same idea why RPA is booming right now. It can reduce the cost enormously. Consider an example. A person is sitting in, most of the people, you have passport, right? In the sitting in the passport office and analyzing all the details of the passport forms that we have been submitted there. What is happening is like he will be able to get our Aadhaar, comparing whether these things are correct or not. It will be double check every time. They will go for the checking, and we will take around 2 weeks with the police verification also. We will get the passport in approximately sorry, 3 to 4 weeks, right? 3 to 4 weeks, or around in 1 month we will get the passport. That's the first fastest thing happening, right? But what's happening inside the passport office, we can think like multiple times this has been checked. So by considering in the passport office itself, a single form a single form of information of ours, let's say I am submitting my application, a single form of passport is going through multiple sessions of evaluation, right? So consider a person is taking the same thing, and he is able to complete 100 passports or 100 passport informations per day, and he is able to work for 8 hours. He is making all this time to verify the repetitive task just by looking the values that we have been provided. It's a hectic work, as well as it is repetitive, right? Even though same looking the same fields, yeah, first name correct, last name correct, he's doing again. It is hectic, correct, right? So what my point is like, why RPA is used? It can automate all these things, right? We are filling a form in the first name field, we are filling that value. It will take. So with the help of the RPA, this 8 hours work can be reduced to a single hour. Remaining 7 hours can be used by the office person to any other purpose. So with that much efficiency, we can reduce the human effort. I should not say we can eliminate the human effort. I am making my point clear. We are not eliminating any person's work. We are reducing the human effort. So with that much amount of information handled at that particular hour, we can do it regularly for 8 hours. So if 800 applications has been processed in a single day, and the entire process is very errorless, so no errors are coming. We are typing, if a person is viewing our details and typing it in the system, there is a chance of human errors, right? Human will make errors. Human will make efforts. We are also writing our answer things. Even though we are remembering all the things, we will, when we are writing, some errors might happen, right? So humans will make errors, and these errors is will cause many things, right? Even though we are writing the university answers or the exams we are attending, if we just write, we already knew all the answers, and because of that excitement we put some number randomly, it's a human error. Even it might cause a loss for our examination. We might not get 40 for getting passed. Sorry, I'm not sure whether what is the mark cutoff for you. When I was there, it was 40 for me. Even though it is changed, see what my point is, like small errors can cause big problems, right? So it is also a human error. So these human errors will not be there while using the RPA. Okay. Okay. It also, while telling all these things, we can see the productivity has been increased a lot. The productivity, what I'm telling is like 800 applications per day. It's a big thing, right? If we so altogether we will reduce the cost, increase the productivity, and completely, not completely, around 95 percentage errors can be eliminated, right? These things are happening with the help of the RPA only. So other than that, what is like, I'm adding a point like monitoring and visualizing the productivity. That is an important thing, right? Even though we are taking, let's say we are taking n number of sessions here, we will say like we have to analyze all these things. We have to enter in the Excel sheet whether how much people are coming, how much time a session has happened, is any people are asking doubts or not. All these things has to be monitored, right? And we need to visualize what is happening inside all these sessions. I'm telling just an example. Just like say n number of values or informations is there, we have to monitor all these things. Even is in a hard copy or it is in the physical form, it is very difficult. So with using the RPA, it's a piece of cake. I should say it's a piece of cake. Just running a software and take a cup of coffee and relax, and at the final time we can see what is happening. Yeah, everything is structured. Oh, this much place I have to improve, or we have to, you know, put more input that particular field, or we have to look for that error. That's only the thing we need to worry, right? So why RPA? I hope you all understand. Next, we can go where RPA is used. Where RPA is used. Even though I am telling all these things, what are the sections RPA we are using? So most of the people from the college days itself, we are looking for getting our own money in our own hands in the starting of college itself. So why we can use and spend it with our wish, right? Not depending upon parents and all. We will go for some small jobs. So what you can see, even we are searching in the net, it's a data entry jobs available. Just copy paste things, correct the spell, or something like that, right? Lot of data entry jobs are provided. So where RPA is used, it will automate all these data entry jobs or eliminates all the errors, all the data entry jobs. Getting an application, fetching information from the form and put it to another form or put to another Excel. These things can be done easily with the RPA. Then why we are going for the data entry jobs? Even if the people not that much aware of the RPA, people will do the copy pasting manually, right? So if we are aware of RPA and we are do it in a different fast manner, we can learn and put all the things together in a simple manner. So we will create a robot. That effort is there. I'm not joking. That effort is there. But still, we are learning the RPA, and let's say multiple tools are there. We have learned a simple RPA tool and able to copy paste and able to run our system for 24 hours. It is getting our money like 1,600 per day. No human effort is there. Just get the information, copy paste and give. That's the data entry job is happening right now. So that can be done using the RPA. And another thing is the data manipulation. So Even we are copy pasting all these values, we are not doing any updations or manipulation that particular data. Correct, right? We are not manipulating any data. If we are telling like we are setting a robot to send a mm, send an email to all our students or all our people present in this seminar, so that hope this seminar is good. So while we are telling or sending this email, hopefully my name is Vijan VP, it's Vikram and Prabha. Hopefully this Vijan VP, that is in three sessions, right? Vision is first name, VP is and V and P is the last name. So in order to get all these informations, we while filling any form or information, I will just put Vision. So in order to update that information in the RPA, we will extract those values VP from there and put it together. So the first name, last name together and send the email. That is a data manipulation. This is a simplest manipulation, data manipulation I am telling. So we will be able to extract all the details in different fields and all molded together, so the data can be manipulated and it can be changed to one form to another. Like that, RPA can be used. Obviously the third point, you are familiar with the data extraction, right? All together, the key values, the data extraction, getting all the values from the websites, even in the screens, papers, everything what we are seeing or what we are able to scan can be extracted. That is the advancement of RPA that is happening from the screen itself. Even if I go for a web scraping here from the meet link, it will take all the information step by step. It will take like, oh yeah, this heading is RPA and the key points are this. Separately it will analyze and create its own database or creates its own place to store these informations. Yeah, that is called data extraction. And another thing is email automation. Email automation, you might be familiar with good morning or any simple to complex email automations are there. Like we are sending a good morning email to all. That's the simplest thing. In the every day 8 o'clock, we are sending the information to every people or every college students. Good morning, all. Have a nice day. Just a message. From that point, we are making a simple email automation. From there itself, we can improve it to another level. That's where we can get the progress card or the rest of the information and analyze itself with using the RPA and fetch all the details and send to the corresponding users only or corresponding persons only. If we are failing at some particular exam, the college only need to send emails for that person only. So email automation can be done based on the decisions. That's also happening in the RPA. Regarding form filling, it's just comparing all these things. While the data entry jobs also can be related to the form filling, it is similar, right? It is form filling by taking the information and all. That's about where we are using the RPA. So who is using the RPA? That is the most or relevant topic we have to discuss. Even hopefully some people are from S7 or S6 or S8 there. And if we are going for an RPA job where these things has been used, so we have to look where this RPA has to be used, or we need to know where what the exact purpose that using RPA in different sections. So financial services, n number of transactions has been happening in all the banking sectors day by day, right? In each day, even in SBI or any altogether banks, like crores of transactions has been happened. All these things has to be automated, right? Otherwise, whether we are selling some things in the Flipkart or Amazon or anything, these transactions will be handled in the bank. What they will do is like they can't do all the things together, right? That's why they are using the techniques like automating in the beginning itself, but still they are facing some issues. They are not able to categorize things properly. So with the help of the RPAs in the financial services, what is happening, like getting all the information, segregate it accordingly. So most of the banking systems are using the RPAs as their key tool for making their works effortless. Other thing that is we are not that much aware or what, but the thing is happening around is like government using RPA vastly. Why I'm telling like he's making some false or he's telling some false informations? No, all the surveys are taking with the help of the RPA. All the surveys analyze things are happening with RPA. The government is taking a number of surveys or exit polls, something like that. What they are telling, like getting the information from the different sectors and put it all this information to a RPA tool. They will automate all the things and get a desired or get a what they get an output, get a not desired output, but get an output, right? From these surveys, this much people are landing at this. It's not just a software. It's it's it can be done everything. So that's the point. It can do all these things, analyze, it can detail these specific what they need, and final output we can assume. So just a survey can be completed within 2 days. I should say like 130 crores people are there. So 130 crore informations are taking and are running for 2 days. We get the exact information. That's a big thing. That's why government is using the RPA in the healthcare. Yeah, healthcare is one of the important place where RPA is used. Like not in our country, but a lot of insurance has happening in the other countries. Like they will automate all these things. We have an insurance card, and while we are going for hospital, in hospital we need to give the insurance card right now, right? So but in other countries we already have the insurance information in their companies or in hospital. They just need to check all these details are valid or not. With using that simple RPA things, we are able to fetch all the details from the insurance itself and able to provide the hospitalization in a proper way. We need not to be delayed there. So RPA can automate all these things and able to make the insurance field much more binder to the hospitals. So it can be easily done. Other thing is like transportation and logistics. Transportation and logistics, it's a simple thing. You already know the Amazon and Flipkarts are using n number of transactions day by day, and n number of products are coming at the base and split up into different sessions, or this bunch bundle has to go in this way. Even though the robots, if you see in the internet, and the robots are splitting all these things into different sections, all these things, billings, everything is not happened in the hardware session, right? It will section, put it different sessions, and it will go for, let's say today it is going for Trivandrum, this section is going to Tamil Nadu, and this section is going to Karnataka. These are different sessions. Even inside the Trivandrum, it's like Mandatala, or different places are has been splitting these packages. But the informations of these can be fetched and enter in a specific manner using the RPA. That is the use of RPA in the transportation or logistics, or how many kilometers, even how many kilometers of fuels used for this much transportation. So that's also information. Like informations, according to new world theory, information is everything. The content is everything. So these contents are collected and analyzed using the RPA. So in the energy session also, how much energy is used in the peak time, just like survey, we can check that. Even in right now, we are using around 1 hour continuous internet in this specific link, right? So in this specific link, a number of people are assuming this much of information. So something is happening there. So regarding that, what are the energies used for this much time? These are all informations can be fetched using the RPA and analyze these things. In the communication sector, the companies like the broadband companies like BSNL, or mobile companies like Airtel, or any Geo, or anyone is using the RPA tools for analyzing their sending power, or how many people they are getting this much connections, or what is the peak connections or plan they are using by the consumers, like that, for analyzing all these values. So these are the sections, or these are the services, or these are the places where RPA has been used a lot. Next, how this RPA is used. This is the key point where we all get stuck, right? This much all you might heard before also. This RPA is used. This. How they are using with the help of tools. Yes, RPA have separate tools for getting all these things. You might familiar with some of these tools: Blue Prism, UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Pega, Workfusion, Power Automation. N number of tools are available right now. So, what are the benefits of these tools? Like learning this tool can automate any process. So, based on this popularity, I put this on order. Blue Prism is one of the best automated tools that is happening around in the world. That is used by most of the corporatives in order to automate their process. It's paid version, very high amount of money has to be paid for that much efficient RPA tool. So other than that, UiPath is there, Automation Anywhere is there. These are the two common things we can see in India. Or Automation Anywhere is the most common RPA tool that is using in India. Yeah, you can get even customer version, or client customer version, or we can easily download its free version, and we can use similar things there, because they will not provide the entire thing. UiPath or Automation Anywhere will not provide the entire thing. We can create our own boards using the trial version also. We're using the Windows system. Most of these things has been working in the Windows system. So most of these tools like UiPath, Automation Error, Pega, or Workfusion, they are providing some free versions, and we can use our own systems to automate our own idea, our own ideas to automate all these things. Let's say we are responding. I am telling an example. We are responding to this Google Meet at a regular manner, just like, yeah, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, something like that. We can automate a robot and put it software and press it that after every 5 minutes we are putting yes sir, or we can change it to 5, or some random number, 5, 8, 10, or something like that. So we can create our own robot with using these tools. That's where how RP is. What are the major tools we are using in the industry? So obviously, uh, what are the text that is used inside the RPA? RPA is just a tool, right? Just sorry for that trouble happening there. So RPA is just a tool. What is happening inside is a big thing. So it is not just a tool that is handling, that can handle everything, right? So inside that, something is running, something is happening inside itself. So what are the things happening, or what are the things is able to handle these things? So that is called, these text has been used RPA vastly. You may familiar AI, ML, Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, VB script, SQL, other databases, macros, everything under one simple tool. That is RPA. So artificial intelligence, like semantic analysis, it's you can see I am some putting some email and send to randomly send to Rafiq sir saying you are in danger. Simply a scam. You are in danger. So what AI do is like analyze that email and get that information danger and mark it as a point. That is, some person is sending danger or anonymous or some big things to this man, this person. So it is getting the information fetched from that email and analyzing this email person is a danger person. Correct, right? This person is, we are abusing some words in the email and sending to another person. With the using RPA, it will be easily captured and systematically telling this person is a bad guy, like that. So that is happening with the help of the AI. Other than that, ML is there. A scanned PDF extraction, that is one of the difficult process that is happening right now. But yes, scanned PDF extraction, and we are filling a form manually or with the pen and the pencil. We are pen and paper. We are filling in the form. We need to fetch the informations properly, right? With the RPA, we are with the in RPA with the help of ML, we are getting the values there. We have to analyze that with the help of the ML only. This is happening, and you might be familiar with Python. It's the programming language, the simple programming language that we able to handle the complex programs. That is actually the way of Python. So it's a simple programming, just like we are speaking, we are putting commands there, and it's able to handle the uh, complex functionalities. That also used in, based on the requirement, we are changing these things, or we are text we are using inside the RPA. So every project doesn't need the Python, every project doesn't need the JavaScript. It is changing based on the requirement. We will change the text that is used in the RPA. Obviously there are limitations for the RPA, that's why it's still developing. There is limitations. So I should say, in the previous example, I am telling, like, I am sending some email to Rafiq sir, I am putting some mail like you are in danger. I am sending an email like you are not in danger. It might not recognize that node word, it will definitely go for the danger word, right? So these things has been developing. So for the entire thing to extract and get the information from that full entire sentence, RPA is developing right now. It's not RPA developing, it is AI, right? AI is developing in along with the RPA for recognize all these things. So that is one of the limitations that is RPA is facing. Like it is not entirely replicating or entirely giving the 100% output as we expected. So what I am telling is like that danger thing we are expecting. No, this email is okay, but what RPA will reply is like this email has problems. Just like that, it is not able to analyze all the things in the specific manner. It is still developing, and it's able to analyze things now also. So what RPA facing is like structured data we have to provide. Otherwise, if we are giving some random informations, they are not able to capture, or they are not able to analyze these things. So I am let's say we are submitting information or request to a particular place, or just like we are getting application form to join college, Ace College. In between that, some person is putting some random informations, like he is telling like I want a TC from my this college. I want a TC that I have been completed this thing. RP will put a error there. This is not this kind of information, and it will fetch all the page for relevant data or that, like that. So it requires structured data. It's an error, it will cause an error, but it requires structured data. All data has to be structured, or RP has to be instructed like take the values from here, there and all. That is a limitation for the RPA. And reading and interpreting image or graphical data, that is a hectic work. You can all view that the information is captured from the images. Uh, that's a that's a vast topic that we already studied in deep digital image processing and all. We have to extract the details and analyze this match to match things, and finally we have to conclude this as this, analyzing a photo of pen, and finally we will get an output. This is a pen, that is the exact output we needed. But if you are using a pen, inside that some camera is there, and actually it is a camera. For the physical appearance, it's a pen. So the RPA tools are just analyze all these things to a pen, even though we will recognize easily it's not a pen, it's just a pen camera and all. Even though it's not a valid output, we will hope for the even though we are considering we will get as a camera, the RPA technology is still it will give us output as a pen only. So that is also developing in the RPA. And handwritten documents, that is hectic things, right? Even we are considering handwritten documents can be automated. What's happening is like different people, different opinions on the same things, correct, right? Even we are using automated things to be applied on the evaluation process. The things happening is like it will fetch all the details considering all the key points. If key points are not there, the entire paper is a waste, right? We are writing an answer and we are putting all the key points. He is just putting the key points and we are training an RPA to make whether to check all the key points and it is correct. When we will not able to finalize its output. So it is like we are getting 50 out of 50 for that particular page. And if the person is replacing that word with some better words, we are not training RPA for that, it's a waste. He will not able to pass that in that examination. So that is one of the limitations we are facing in the RPA. So, what are the who are the service providers of RPA? I should say most of the companies are familiar with you: Capgemini, Accenture, IBM, Deloitte, Infosys, Cognizant, Tech Mahindra, Genpact. N number of companies are there. All these people are providing their own RPA tools as well in for their own purposes. Let's say IBM, they have their own banking the softwares are there, or RPA tools are there for handling all their own purposes, and they are providing other RPA tools also to outside also. So these are the service providers of the RPA, and we can go for a small video that is used to used to visualize how a work can be make it as easy or effortless using the RPA. Just give me a couple of minutes. I hope you can view my screen right now. Uh, uh, are you able to see my screen? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes, Vijan, we can see that.
yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. Actually, what's happening
Mm.
here is like in a it is in a bank. It's a 5 minute video. In the bank, we are applying for a credit card. We are already a customer of that particular bank. We are applying for the credit card. What is happening is like he has to start the application. Whether he has the ability to take the credit card, it will take another account for that credit card information and prepare documents for the signature or get the information, validate the customer documents. N number of steps has to be 2 to 3 days has been taken for this entire thing, right? So the information whether he has been taken a loan or not, all these informations, even though it is kept as a soft copy or all the informations are kept in the computer, we are not able to properly. One person is required, right? All this check all these values step by step. That is automated using the RPA that we can see right now.
The process starts when a call center rep offers a new line of credit account to an existing customer. The rep uses IBM Business Process Manager, or BPM, to document the customer's request, including specific details about the property being used for collateral. All other customer information will be pulled from existing systems when a sales assistant creates the account. When the call center rep submits the request, BPM automatically launches an automated decision service in IBM Operational Decision Manager, or ODM, that determines the allowable amount of credit. Since the credit decision completes in real time, a task is immediately generated for a sales assistant to manually create the new account. It takes a sales assistant about 20 minutes to open this new account, but due to a 3 business day backlog, the account can't be opened until next week. It will therefore be several days before we send the customer documents to sign. The following week, a sales assistant opens the task and sees the information entered by the call center rep. She also sees the credit limit and a credit limit confirmation ID that was assigned by ODM. The sales assistant's task is to now use this information along with information from two other applications to open a new account in the line of credit account system. The assistant starts by logging in to the customer information master system. She then copies the customer number from BPM into the master system in order to retrieve master customer details. She then logs into the line of credit account system in which she will open the new account. She returns to the customer master system and one by one copies and pastes all 9 values into the account opening system. She then goes to the BPM system and again one by one copies 10 values into 11 fields in the line of credit system, since one of the values must be pasted into 2 separate fields. She then logs into a government website to obtain the official tax value of the property being used as collateral. She copies the property information from the BPM system to the valuation website and retrieves the tax valuation and assessment date. She copies these 2 values into the line of credit account system and is finally ready to click Create Account. This causes the system to open a new account and generate an account number, which she pastes into BPM. That completes this human task and causes the BPM system to move to the next step in the process, which is to prepare the documents and send them to the customer for approval. The sales assistant is now ready to move on to her next task after taking a quick break to grab a cup of coffee. That manual task, which took 20 minutes to perform, required logging into and navigating 4 applications and copying and pasting 36 fields. Now let's replay the exact sequence of events using robotic process automation. RPA is able to record all the actions performed by the sales assistant and then play back the actions on command. This includes logging into applications, navigating to specific screens, controlling applications using the mouse or keyboard, and copying and pasting values between applications. Let's watch as IBM RPA completes this account opening task less than 45 seconds after the call center rep clicks the Submit button. Using RPA, we were ready to send documents to the customer 45 seconds after the call center rep finished speaking with them, which is a much more efficient and effective outcome than having to wait 3 business days for a sales assistant to spend 20 minutes performing this repetitive and error-prone task. The benefits of using RPA in this example are pretty clear. First, we were able to respond to the customer in 45 seconds versus 5 calendar days. Second, we eliminated the copy and paste errors that often occur in as many as 10% of manually copied customer records. And third, we can free up our people from this type of mundane and repetitive work so they can focus on the things that humans do best, things like providing personal empathy to customers or using creativity to solve problems or find new business opportunities.
Okay, that's all from that video. I hope you realize the RPA. So these are the places where we can learn the RPA. That is, all these tools are providing their own websites for getting the learning stuff from their website. Just like a UiPath Academy is there for learning the UiPath. A university is there for getting all the study notes from their side, and they are providing videos also. And there are courses available in Udemy, Edureka, Intellipaat also. You can go for these also, but a better thing you can go is like corresponding tool. They are providing informations. So that's the end of our session. If you have any doubts or something like that, you can ask right now. Thank you. I hope no one is sleeping.
No, 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 nobody. You didn't made us to sleep at all. You kept us on our toes. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, if there is no question, I would like to thank.
Vijay, I have more
Yeah,
clarification for the benefit of the students out here in this
yeah,
group,
sure, sir.
because Setimis, can I?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. For the benefit of the students and the audience out here, you have really very nicely mentioned, all these things very well, actually, and you have mentioned various companies that are working on this RPA, and that is a very big input for all the students who are aspiring for getting the placement, right? So that is what we are also looking at. At the end of the day, we want our students to get placed in, very good companies. And you have also mentioned the various websites where our students can learn these things. But in the process, my simple question is that if you can tell which are the, maybe you might have mentioned that, which are the softwares that our students should, basically work upon at their level, okay? So that they can take up this particular automation related field.
Yeah. So
with reference, you can tell Vijay, which are the softwares that our students should concentrate on.
Okay.
Which are the softwares that they should learn, like Python? You told Python.
Yeah.
So if you can tell some, so that our students can hear from you and they can work upon.
Yeah.
So, am I clear?
Yeah. Yes, sir. So what the basic thing is, like before you can learning any software, you can directly learn directly to the tools itself. So it is just like a drag and drop thing. So in addition to that, if you learn the software, like just like sir said, Python or JavaScript or Node, we will able to do many more things that AI or ML. If we are learning all these things and we can incorporate into these tools. So what I am telling is like learn the tool. So what are the softwares you have to majorly looking for is the Python, and even Node. It can be used or incorporate with the along with the automation anywhere or UI path. These will go for macros also. These are the main tools. The main thing is like go for tool. These are the software Python, AI. These are the main softwares you can use for doing your values. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good input, Vijayan, actually for our students. Yeah. And actually another thing is that it is Amazon, Flipkart, and all this. Now everybody everywhere this particular RPA must be in use, right? So
yes, sir.
extensively. So it has a wide variety of scope for the students in future. So we have to be ready for that, and then the world is waiting for. And if we can update, if our students can update on this, and it's good to see that you have updated yourself on many things, Vijay. Fantastic.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Yes, if anybody has the questions, students,
Uh,
I could see many students from the newly joined, batch. Anandeshwaran is there, Amal Dev, Afzal, Icon, Amalji, Azim, Bhavya, Munir speakers. That's great, actually. That is fantastic, actually. Thank you for joining. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope all are confused about the topic. Even it's not that big, difficult topic. You can go and check in the internet for all these things. So after that only, I hope questions will come. You can reach out, say to
No
Mr.
issues. They
Ashmi.
will visit it should be put on this one Facebook also.
Yeah,
So they can hear it again and again, and they can get a lot of inputs. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely not. Okay.
yeah, sure, sir.
Yes. Yes, madam. If no more questions, I will. I request Sedumis to proceed, please.
Oh,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vijay, for sparing your time for giving us such a wonderful and informative session.
thanks a lot, teacher. It's a great pleasure for standing here along with my professors and with my juniors to take such a topic. It's a great honor to be here. Thanks a lot.
Vijay, if you don't mind giving your number so that our students can contact you for any queries or any clarification or any guidance or support from your side.
Yeah, sure, sir. I can provide my number. I can
In
ping
chat
it.
box, or
Sorry,
so
sir.
that the students can pick up that. Yeah.
Yeah, shall I put it here, or I will give to Sedu Miss? She will give to every person. Or
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Any way is okay. Any method
yeah.
is fine.
Anyway, I am sharing my number here also. So it will be, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yes. So students can note this and then discuss at any time. I think, yeah, without my disturbing him, take his time and discuss. Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you all for this spending this time with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.